It is the Joker and the Smoker. And sitting in the red chair is a man who weighs 185, stands 5'8", has so much knowledge he didn't need college.
What?
Isaac, the Joker Mason. And sitting in the other red chair happens to be a man with the holes for the poles.
Oh!
Standing 5'10", 200 pounds. It is Brandon, the Smoker Runner! What's going on, people? Just another episode.
There we go, people. That's the opening to episode 30 of the Joker and the Smoker.
What is going on,
That
man?
was good, man. I like that.
I did too.
That was cool. Not much is going on this week, man. It's another hot summer week in Ohio.
No joke, dude.
Yeah, it's actually yesterday was my birthday, so birthday podcast.
Hey, happy birthday, brother.
Right.
I don't get on Facebook. I would have told you yesterday,
It's
but
all
it's not
good.
one of them things.
Yeah, exactly. I'm torn about how I feel about Facebook birthday wishes because it's like, do you give a fuck or not?
Well,
Like,
I didn't even get on Facebook because if I got on Facebook, I would have like called you, text you like, "Hey, brother, happy birthday."
Right.
But I'm like you said, Facebook wishes. You don't give a
yeah,
fuck.
and like I get on Facebook primarily through my online desktop.
Okay.
So truth be told, I don't even know where to look on the main homepage where they show birthdays. But seemingly people have it in their mind like that's a thing that they do. Like they feel inclined to wish whoever it is a happy birthday on Facebook. And it just interests me that that's a social thing now.
They're losers.
But that being said, if you wish me happy birthday, you're not one of those losers.
That's right.
But thank you for the birthday wishes, and I'll say it on this podcast instead of on my Facebook wall because, I don't know, yeah, I feel like replying, there's no easy way to reply to all those people unless you go through individually,
Right.
which I really don't think anyone does. I just went through and like responded on a click to all of them.
Actually, I think that's what they would want you to do. 'Cause
Right.
individually, they all wish you a happy birthday, yet it's just a click for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you to wish, like say thank you, it's fucking how
Actually
many?
get it back. Yeah, exactly. You have 15 posts on your wall. It's like...
you got work to do.
Exactly, yeah. And the only thing is, the fact that I haven't seen some of those people in a long time, it is a good feeling because at least you kind of know somebody at least is at least thinking of you. So that's kind of a good feeling.
Or they saw it on Facebook and they were like, "Oh, it's this guy's birthday. I'll wish him a happy birthday."
Birthday.
Like
I wonder if they wish like fake pages that they're friends with also.
I guarantee you they do.
Happy birthday.
Oh, I don't want to be bad. I'm on Facebook. I better. It's fucking. I think 2 clicks to wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, you just gotta click.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right. But yeah. So I'm 28 years old. I forget how old I am sometimes. So I guess I'm 2 more years until I'm over the hill at 30, as they would say.
Are you over the hill at 30 nowadays?
I really don't know. I feel like 30 is the new 50 or something. Because
Bro,
I think I might only last till 50 anyway, so I don't really know.
I decided I'm clocking out at 60.
Yeah.
If I'm not dead at that point, I am moving. I'm going to be homeless on a beach, either in Florida or California where the weather's good.
Yeah.
And they have showers on the beach to begin with.
Yeah.
And I know how to fish.
You're good. Yeah. You can totally figure things out.
Yeah, fuck it, man. Why do I want to keep working after I'm 60?
And that's a very good question. And that's one question that people our age really need to answer. It's like, how long do you really want to work? Because I feel like retirement plans were never mentioned in any kind of capacity.
Not at
in
all.
School. It's like, yeah, it's just like a thing. Retirement is a thing you hear about as a child, and you're like, that's a thing. And then until you get to an age where you're like, oh shit, I don't want to do this working thing forever.
Right.
What do I do? And you kind of gotta... If you really want to have a solid retirement, you got to forecast that shit, man. You got to ask yourself,
Forecast.
when I'm fucking 60 years old, how much, if I want to retire at 50,
Right.
how much money do I need to have saved to comfortably live for the next 30 years? So you got to kind of ask yourself, how much money have I spent the last 30 years? Which I'm only 30, so.
What if you live longer than 30 years? That's the issue.
That's the fucked up part. Yeah, that's where Social Security kind of screwed the pooch there, because it's like, see, people get a Social Security check, but I don't know how much and based off of what. So it's like,
I think it's how much you put in, how much you made while you were working.
possibly, yeah. And I don't think, from what I know about the Social Security system here in America, I don't think it's going to be there when we get that old.
That's what they keep saying.
Yeah, that's a scary thing for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll go kill people and rob them.
Right, but I have a 401k.
Right? I got a 401k though.
Yeah, so you could do either or. I mean, you could do Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Larceny, Grand Theft Robbery, whatever. Or just like try and put a little bit of each check into a 401k. And I think once I roll over my old plan, I'll have like just shy of 4 or 5k, which is
bad.
like, it's not bad, but like, ideally, if you want to make it in life, you need that in a bank account,
Right,
to go get a new house or a car or
Did
shit
you
like
know
that.
it's like 90% of Americans have less than $500 in their bank account
I'm one of them.
at all times?
I'm one of them.
That's
crazy.
That's so fucked up.
It really is, yeah. And it all comes down to money mismanagement and lack of financial discipline. I really think so.
Well, at a certain degree, because you have to have money to live.
Yeah.
You have to.
Right.
And if the job you're working isn't paying you a livable wage,
Exactly.
I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Then, yeah, especially when it's not like the cost of living is at a fixed position for everyone.
Not
it's
at fucking all.
Not at all. Yeah, based on where you live, how old you are, what amenities you need. It's a varying scale all along the way. So it's like,
Well, it's varying even between then because the price of living does go up.
all
Shit
the
costs more
time.
all the time.
All the time, yeah. And then you have places like apartment complexes trying to throw in package deals and stuff. And it's like, sure, I'm glad that you throw in internet on top of my apartment package, but
Right.
what if I really don't want your internet through that offered service? It's kind of like,
or cable.
or cable or something, stuff like that.
Like, I don't watch TV at all.
Yeah.
I don't need cable.
Yeah, I don't want to have to pay for an amenity that I don't use, but
They
unless
try to get you with that shit all the time.
always. And
I've just signed up for Spectrum, 4 months ago?
yeah,
Non-stop. Every, 2 weeks, they send me a new fucking letter.
of course.
Like, hey, you can get
Sign
TV
up for the package deal.
with this for the same price.
If I wanted it, I'd have it by now.
But yeah, in fucking 6 months from now, it's going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm good. I don't watch TV. I understand. Like, they sent me mail. They have called me.
It's
Send
probably
me
emails.
email.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
got on your account. Yeah.
if I wanted this, I would have it.
And what amazes me is like big corporations like that, they continue to push the envelope of subscriber involvement. So it's
Right.
like they're sending those exact same things out to everyone who already has internet and doesn't have TV. At some point, aren't they taking a loss on all the marketing for it?
I don't
Like,
think so. I'm sure there's people that sign up. There's
I
dumb
guess
people that
so.
sign up. And there's dumb people that sign up like, oh, I'll cancel this in 6 months.
Exactly.
Yeah, in 6 months they're like, oh shit, I forgot to cancel.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And the only additional package I ever signed up for when I did have DirecTV and paid for it, I still do because I moved it here. But the only additional package I ever paid for was HBO, which now I realized you can just pay $15 a month for Sideline and get HBO streaming.
Nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like that back in
not
the day.
and not at all. And you really did have to pay the $15 on top of the $85 for your cable. So then your bill came out to $100 a month. And like you said, I rarely watch TV. I don't want to get marketed bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
If I'm going to pay for something, I'm going to pay for the stuff I want to watch in a limited capacity for advertising. So why wouldn't I pay $15 directly to HBO instead of pay $15 to my cable company for getting that service?
Yeah.
And I feel that a lot of things like that are coming in that way in life.
It's changing, man. It's changing.
It's a changing
and there's something
tide
that still
for sure.
hold on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get the NFL package without having DirecTV.
Right. They don't offer that as a standalone.
Unless you're a college student.
Really?
If you're a college student, you can get it for basically, I think it's free.
They do weird offers like that for students and stuff.
It's
and
you can get it free if you're like outside the market of DirecTV.
Yeah.
But yet, if you're inside the market of DirecTV,
You gotta pay
you
extra.
have to pay for DirecTV and then you can get it. It's like, how can you get me the NFL package if I'm outside your jurisdiction?
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
Because no college students are outside the jurisdiction of DirecTV. That's why it's there.
That's very true, yeah. And they also have like NHL ticket and like they have all the soccer stuff and everything. And it's like, man, I don't know. We were just talking about some UFC. There was exciting UFC fights over the weekend, man. What was the recap? Diaz won or got beat?
Oh, Diaz smacked the shit out of Pettis.
Pettis did he?
Well, see, there's an issue.
Okay.
Because okay, so the way Nick Diaz fights,
Okay.
they throw every single punch
Now,
in the first round.
yeah, before we get to this,
Okay.
does Fox Sports, was this paid?
This was paid. Yes,
pay-per-view.
And it's so bullshit.
Okay.
Because pay-per-view, you can't buy the pay-per-view. You have to go through the ESPN app.
Oh.
You have to have ESPN Plus
Jeez.
to buy the pay-per-view.
Wow.
Because ESPN.
That's so 2 hoops you got to jump through.
Yeah, Fox is no longer a thing.
Right.
With ESPN,
I thought
with,
there was
UFC.
some kind of publicly offered like.
It is. It's on ESPN. ESPN Fight Night.
Gotcha.
Which is nice because there's a lot more events that happen.
Right.
Because ESPN is only sports.
Okay.
Yet Fox is how many different programs?
Exactly.
They have reality TV. They have
the Olympics. They'll
Guy.
air whatever. Yeah.
They have everything. So there's a limited time zone where they can get in. Where UFC, I mean, it's every Saturday night. So ESPN's just like, well, we'll show this every single night. So I pay, I think it's $5.99 for the ESPN Plus app.
That's good.
Like, I can watch the fights. Yet they don't show me any fights I want to fucking watch.
Nah.
All the high profile fights are on
pay-per-view. Still. Yeah.
So it was on pay-per-view. Shout out to Stipe Miocic.
Yeah.
Come on this fucking podcast from Cleveland.
Right. Yeah. He's
Ohio.
the dude who beat Cormier, right?
Beat Daniel Cormier.
Which I didn't think that would happen anytime soon.
Heavyweight champion of the world.
And Cormier was 2-time defender of it, right?
Yeah, Cormier ain't no joke, man.
He's an Olympic level wrestler, and that's why it surprised me so much. Is because to try to take down somebody who has that kind of ground game,
The issue was, he didn't follow up with his game plan.
Ooh.
Daniel Cormier did not listen to his corner.
And I read that exact headline.
Yep, and Stipe started. He would hit you with 2 jabs. He would hit Daniel with 2 jabs.
Yeah.
And then he would slide out to the left and hit you right in the fucking kidney.
Yeah, and I heard Cormier didn't pick up on it, and he just
didn't
kept
pick
bashing
on it. And I don't know if you know anything about a kidney shot.
Yeah.
You get hit in the kidney, your whole body shuts down. Completely.
Yeah.
Your body's like, get the fuck out of here.
Emergency shutdown button.
Yeah, get the fuck. If anybody's seen The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale, that was his punch. Head, body, head. Going to the kidney. You know, but he would hit you in the head, but then he was trying to kill you with the kidney shot.
Yeah.
Because it just shuts you down.
Exactly.
You instantly hit the ground. Well, anyways, shout out to Stipe. Come on this podcast.
Yeah,
Cleveland born, brother.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that performance.
Before Cleveland, before LeBron James won the championship for the Cavaliers.
Gotcha.
The first one in forever long.
Yeah.
Fucking a month and a half before that, Stipe won a championship in the UFC. He was
Oh,
heavyweight
shit.
champion. And no one wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
I was like, then everybody was like, oh, first champion back in Cleveland once the Cavs won. I was like, bullshit.
Not quite.
Bullshit.
Yeah. That makes me angry too. Like people only recognize certain sports over other ones, and it's like not quite, man. You know,
right? Yeah, not at all.
Give respect where it's due, and for sure, when you're repping a whole city, that shit puts you on the map.
And he was repping the whole city.
Yeah. How was his record prior to this?
He's taken a couple lot. He's I believe he is 15-2.
Okay.
One loss before he won the title.
Okay.
And then he lost to Daniel Cormier. And then he came back and beat him.
Yeah, beat him. That's
and
redeeming.
Got the champion back. Fucking Nate Diaz.
Yeah, how was that fight? I didn't see either fight.
Man. Well, see, the issue with fucking Nate, and no one understands. Well, I mean, people understand this, but a lot of people like not in the fight game. They don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Nate and Nick hit you, and they're both brothers, Diaz brothers. Every punch they throw from the first to the 5th round, 60-70%.
Damn.
And you're like, okay, why are they throwing that light? Why aren't they throwing haymakers?
Okay.
Because haymakers are going to knock each other out.
Yeah, that's what's going to win the fight, yeah.
Because they'll throw 60 punches in a minute. So a punch a second.
Yeah.
You don't know when to breathe.
Yeah.
You don't know when to attack. You don't know what to
your body's got to recoup itself somehow.
Yeah, and since you don't know when to breathe,
you can only exert so much energy that your body will allow you to recoup.
So they're just marathon fucking fighters.
Okay.
And that's what he did. He took him into a marathon, took him into deep waters, and Anthony Pettis didn't have anything for it. Ooh. And I mean, that's just what happened. But then Nate Diaz with the greatest call-outs ever.
Yeah.
The I'm not surprised, motherfucker, after he beat Conor McGregor. He called out Jorge Masvidal, who doesn't even have a title.
Okay.
No title. And Diaz, Nate, after the fight, was like, listen, I'm the baddest motherfucker in the game. All right? I got the gangsta belt.
Calling it out.
And Jorge Masvidal started in Kimbo Slice videos.
Oh,
back
wow.
in the day.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
So he's like a Miami gangster.
Okay.
And Nate Diaz is like, motherfucker, I'm a West Coast gangster. East Coast gangsters ain't got shit on me. Jorge, if you want to meet in the ring for the baddest motherfucker belt,
calling it out. Oh, shit.
So I think that fight's going to happen. And that's going to be a badass fight.
If there's money to be made, Dana White will capitalize on it.
No shit. Well, see, that's the issue. Who's going to fight? Who's the bigger draw?
Right.
Jorge Masvidal, which most people haven't heard of.
Okay.
Or Conor McGregor for the trilogy fight.
Of course, which everybody wants. Yeah, that's gonna pull the most pay-per-view shit. But if Connor's out, they only leave you one option.
Yeah. But of course, Connor and Nate are 1-1, and Connor's a fighter.
Yeah.
Connor will always be a fighter.
He'll come back if he calls.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
You put enough money in his face.
He's gonna come back for the money.
He's gonna
just the same way he fought Floyd.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that shit was way more money motivated than it was career
definitely.
motivated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome
Which
though, man.
Still shouldn't have happened. I'm still mad at that fight because Conor McGregor was 0-0 as a professional boxer.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather was 51-0. You can't put those two up against each other.
It is just it's if you do it with any other thing in life, you're like like nobody would put like like picture this. A chess grand champion who's 51-0 versus a checkers grand champion.
Yeah. Who's never played chess in a day in his life.
Yeah, but he's like really good at checkers, but he comes onto the chess field. And
the board's the same. Come on. Yeah,
what a great analogy.
Way.
Yeah, it's a whole different battle.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened.
Wow.
And anybody who thought Conor McGregor had a chance to win, you're stupid.
I know, yeah, it's just like it's the saving grace of hope, holding out hope, man.
And I had when I went to a buddy's house to watch that fight.
Okay.
All right, and he was a cop. And I don't know if you remember when that fight happened.
I do. I think I did run it on pay-per-view.
But it was the big like Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay. During yeah, when all that was coming up, yeah.
I would say it was like a month and a half after that or some nonsense like that.
Okay. Keep going.
It was like, a month and a half, some past like the big Eric Gardner fucking case.
Okay.
And that's when everybody was coming out with like, well, police lives matter. And they had like the black flag and the blue.
Right.
I'm not talking shit about police.
Exactly,
at all.
yeah.
I went to a buddy's house who happens to be a cop.
Okay.
Not my brother. For anybody who
Yeah.
thinks that. And I was out of place, dude.
Yeah.
Evidently, my friends are racist.
Oh, shit.
Well, they were, when I said, they were like, whose team are you on?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a boxing match.
Right.
I want the boxer to win. Plus,
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Conor McGregor because
Oh,
Nate
wow.
Diaz beat his ass.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm on
Floyd
Mayweather.
Yeah.
I'm on Money Mayweather.
Coming through, yeah. They were upset, huh?
Oh, you're not on the white guy's team? What's wrong with you? So I'm sitting here like,
They came that
Jesus
angle with
Christ.
it. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I can't say anything the rest of the night. I can't root for my dude. I can't cheer when when anything happens. And that's what I thought at first.
Okay.
Right. So then the night goes on. I drink a little, having a good time. Things simmered down.
Right. Okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Some other people show up.
Ooh.
Well, he has the window sticker that goes above your like windshield.
Okay.
That goes across, like where the tent would be.
Across, the top, yeah.
It says Black Lives Matter. And
Okay.
since my buddy's a cop and he was drunk, he saw the car pull up, and the dude got out, and it was an African American fella.
Right. Yeah.
And he just started and my buddy fucked up. And he's in the wrong.
Just twisted.
He's in the wrong completely. Comes out and says, "Oh, so my life doesn't matter."
Okay.
I don't know if you can take that off a fucking car sticker, bud.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what that. I don't think that's.
That's not what you exactly what this person is getting at by putting that on there. Yeah.
So it was just. It was
sounds like a twisted
nonsense.
night from start to finish.
And all I want to do is watch a fight.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
And that reminds me, I saw this weird video on Facebook recently. Like, it was this old man who seemed like he was drunk, but he was like badgering this woman for wearing a Puerto Rico shirt. And Puerto Rico is a territory owned by the United States.
Correct.
But like this old white dude was like totally berating this woman for just wearing a Puerto Rico shirt, and he was like, "Why are you wearing that?" Like, I just didn't understand it, and it makes you really question, like, where do people get off jumping from their emotions to be like, "Who are you to do this?" It's like, dude, don't you have any like shirts or stickers or things that you just like are a self-identifying thing? It doesn't mean that they're infringing upon any kind of your beliefs.
Not at
It's
all.
just like, bro, I could have got that. They could have got that shirt at a thrift store, you know, just because it's like they're broken, they need a shirt. It doesn't matter what your bumper stickers say or what your shirts say and shit. Like, take a second before you just vehemently react to somebody's
No
fucking
shit.
like overreact too. And I like that's all you see nowadays is like people overreacting to shit, Facebook arguments, and it's like
Sometimes people have bad days.
and yeah, and if you can't relate to that, you're fucking a dick.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, because everybody keeps track of the bad days instead of the good ones.
Yeah.
Because when it's a good day, you just like enjoy it and get through it, and then when the bad one comes along, you're like, oh, this fucking sucks. But no one's ever like, this day was absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna post about it. Some people every now and then, yeah. But
It's usually in the morning. They tell you to have a great day.
right?
I think that's really how you start off a great day.
You really have to. Attitude is everything, I think.
You got to start. You have to think the day's fucking gonna be great. If you like wake up, fuck, I gotta go to work. Your life is gonna suck.
It's gonna be.
I'm sorry.
Jump, yeah. And I it takes a long time to get that through a thick skull like mine because I'm just like, when I wake up in the morning, no matter what time I have to be at work, I'm just like, ugh, waking up is so hard. Why do I have to wake up from this death
Right.
of sleep?
What I've heard a lot of people say,
Mm-hmm.
the best thing you can truly do is wake up earlier if you have to.
Yeah.
Take a shower, and when you're in the shower, 3 nice things.
Right.
Same about yourself.
Oh, there you go.
And then and then when you get, like, what I don't do that.
Okay.
Every morning I get up and I just tell myself, yo, it's going to be a beautiful day.
Right. Let's start this shit off right.
Yeah, and it's just, to me, it's like, okay, this is how it's going to happen.
Exactly.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna let shit get in my way. Yeah.
Now, shit will get in my way, but I went into it with the right attitude.
Right.
So it doesn't affect me the way
Off the jump that
yeah,
somebody
exactly.
else would be.
It's not instant, which I think a lot of the videos that we see today, just like you see cop shooting people or
Yeah.
you see like bad cop stops.
Yeah.
How many stops does all of Americans cops make a day?
Exactly.
Millions.
Yeah.
Yet you only see 2 or 3 that are bad every single week.
Right. If there were a video for every good interaction, they would far outweigh the bad ones.
Oh,
And
so
that,
much.
that's how the system has to work. But only
Only the bullshit gets posted.
exactly, man. It's kind of infuriating on some levels when you're just like, I'm out here trying to be a decent person and have
Right.
a decent life, but
I think that's why I stay off of social media.
I think so too, man. I'm growing further and further away from it as I get older.
I just don't want to deal with the bullshit. Everybody's
It's too
bullshit.
much drama, yeah. If my timeline is not going to be positive things from positive
Right.
people, I really have no interest in scrolling through it.
Oh shit, you just talked about timeline. You know what I saw on my timeline yesterday?
Yeah?
People might not get happy about this.
Yeah?
I saw a post about PetSmart.
PetSmart? Is it PetSmart? Or
No, Petco.
Petco. Okay.
And it was a post about like 2 pit bulls fighting
Okay.
or some nonsense. It was like, oh, they were fighting to the death, and there's like a puddle of blood. And I've seen dog fights. Not like I've not gone to dog fights. I've not fought dogs
Right,
myself.
yeah, actually, yeah.
I have seen them online. I have a
Okay.
twisted fucking mind. I
Right.
get it. Okay, people? You
People
don't have
fight
to watch
dogs,
it.
yeah.
You don't have to watch it. A puddle of blood is not fighting to the death. There is a lot more that goes into them, and it's a lot more gruesome
It's
if
brutal,
they're
yeah.
truly fighting to the death.
Yeah.
Because I got into it. I had to look up blood sports
Okay.
because that's what they were talking. I mean, that's what dog fighting is. It's a blood sport.
Yeah.
Dog fights stop when one whimpers and like runs away,
Okay.
or one is unable
Stops
to
fighting.
defend itself.
Yeah.
That is what a dog fight is. I'm not saying it's okay. It is
Right,
not
yeah.
okay.
But that's the same with cockfights.
Same with cockfights.
Yeah.
Well, cockfights are even. Well, I mean, I could say they're even worse because sometimes they take razor blades
Oh shit.
and
Put them on their fucking
attach them to their legs,
Crazy shit.
feet. And somebody posted underneath, like, because it was 2 pit bulls that fought each other in Petco.
Okay.
And someone was like, it's not the dog, it's the owner. No. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, well, since day one,
Yeah.
when dog fighting was legit, these dogs have been trained
to
fight.
perform under the
Yeah.
certain circumstances.
And if you didn't, you died.
Right.
dog
Yeah.
would die.
Your bloodline wasn't further.
If you weren't a good fighter of a dog and you say you didn't die in a fight, the owner just wouldn't breed you. They would go find another breeder. So to say that, I mean, it's kind of going back to Okay, so yes, pit bulls have been domesticated for a minute.
Right.
How long have dogfights been going on?
Right.
A long time. They just ended in the
probably
fucking 60s.
equally as long as they've been a breed.
In the 60s. That's
Yeah.
when dogfighting stopped it stopped in the 60s big time.
Okay.
And I mean there were still dogfights going on. And
Yeah,
of course
underground shit, yeah.
of course they would breed fucking pit bulls.
Okay.
It's been bred into them since day one.
Yeah.
Any tiger you meet is going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
If you
It's
find a
gonna
tiger
have
that
instinct.
can't kill you, it's
It's
going to be
not a-
already dead.
Yeah, it's
because
not a good tiger.
it hasn't eaten yet.
Yeah. And as soon as you remove the inherent instincts of an animal or being, it defeats the purpose of that thing being specified and bred for that thing.
Exactly. So
So it's
when you
like-
take it out of the nature, I mean, if you were to take tigers out of nature and like, oh no, it's domesticated and started breeding tigers together,
Right.
I guarantee you 10 years, 15 years down the
You're
line,
going to have different tigers than
a
now.
tiger's going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
And if you pit a wild tiger versus a domesticated zoo tiger, I can probably bet which one's going to fucking
Yeah.
win out of like
Yeah.
just vicious, one spends its entire life lounging in a controlled, temperate environment.
And
The other
gets-
one has to survive from
Yeah,
it.
and gets fed raw beef steaks.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to do
hunt
anything.
anymore. Yeah.
Now people might be like, well, that's what you do to a dog. And a pit
For
bull,
domesticating it, yeah.
So pit bulls shouldn't kill anybody because the tiger's not going to kill anybody. Okay, motherfucker, go hop in the tiger pen.
Yeah.
Go hop in the tiger pen.
Right.
Let me know what
Go-
happens.
Exactly. Yeah. See how that goes. Let's just go ahead and walk up and pet it.
I'm sorry. Like, everybody's like, it's all about the owner. The pit bulls are good dogs. I'm
Yeah.
not saying pit bulls aren't good dogs. I'm saying there is a place
And
and
yeah,
a situation to have a pit bull. Do I think everybody should own one? Probably not.
probably not. No, it's just same thing. Same with tigers. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're Mike Tyson, go ahead and go buy one. You know.
Yeah, but a tiger ain't gonna kill you. You hit it with a right hook, that motherfucker's dead. Like, you good, Mike Tyson. You good.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
That's
Mike
funny.
Tyson's the alpha fucking male.
Of, of getting a tiger, yeah, and Scarface.
Well, no, he's the fucking alpha male.
Yeah.
Send in a 5-year-old boy without Mike Tyson there.
Right.
See what happens to that
It's gonna get
5-year-old boy
mauled.
with that fucking tiger.
Straight up mauled. Yeah.
It says,
yeah.
hey, I can eat you.
And like you said, the alpha male of any situation almost permeates all species. It's
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter what, like, if there still were gladiator fights like they used to be when they pitted crazy animals together just in the same arena.
That's a blood sport, brother.
You know, yeah, that's the kind of the crazy barbaric blood sports
Right.
that are of another age and time.
Yeah.
And it kind
There's
of like
hundreds of them.
yeah, you know, and it's really crazy. Like just the visceral action of them gets humans excited, and it's like,
Yeah.
damn. Now we've outlawed them, but still it doesn't take away the visceral blood sport of the excitement.
The United States has outlawed them.
Okay,
Other countries have not.
not at all. Yeah,
You can still go find like tiger versus bear fights from Japan.
you can
Like,
see
they
some-
still have that
damn,
shit.
That's crazy, dude.
The craziest one I heard of,
yeah.
the most fucked up one I've heard of.
Okay.
Besides baiting an animal, which
Okay.
baiting an animal is basically, say you want to kill a bear,
Right.
you would take the bear and chain it up,
Okay.
and then you just send like 10 dogs on it. Like, all right, good luck. That's so fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
That
that's
is
just like,
100% bullshit.
That's some very weird, not even naturistic shit. It's
Yeah.
just- yeah.
So the humans in Germany used to, Germans, they're fucked up.
Oh, of course.
But shout out to the Germans, love you.
Holla at you.
They used to have this thing, and they still do it. It's called goose pulling.
Okay.
And what they would do is they would take 2 sticks, and they would be like 10-foot sticks, and they would drill them into the ground, raise them up, and they would put a stick across it.
Okay.
So you'd
Like
have
a high
enough,
jump almost, kind of.
yeah, basically, and
Okay.
you'd have enough room to ride a horse through.
Okay.
They would tie a live goose to the top post upside down, and tie its wings down so it couldn't like fly away,
Okay.
and grease its neck up, and somebody on a horse would do full gallop and have to grab the neck of the goose and pull it off.
Oh shit.
That
That
that's
sounds
so
super
fucked up.
interesting. Yeah, that's.
But they still do it to this day, but they do it with a dead goose now, and it's supposed to be like good luck for some odd reason.
It doesn't even sound like it'd be entertaining, not only to watch or do, but it's
Right.
like, yeah.
It does sound like a challenge, but it doesn't sound like it's something that you would attempt. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like It sounds like a challenge, but if I was offered to do it, I would be like, no.
Yeah, I definitely want to
No.
see somebody else do it and see if it doesn't sound like it sounds like golf. Something that I'm just not interested
I
in
don't want
doing.
to do it.
But if y'all get off on it, go ahead and go do it.
And then evidently in 1967, the height of the popularity in the United States, East Coast, I do believe, they had the World Championship octopus wrestling.
What?
Yeah, dude. And they would wait until the octopus came on the shore. Like came in. And
right.
Yeah, there was a point of the year where they would come in. I guess they would
Get close
bait
or
them.
something, yeah.
And then they would tell people like you cannot use breathing apparatus.
Okay.
You'd have to go in free.
Straight,
as could be.
yeah.
And you wrestle an alligator until you can get it. No,
Octopus.
fuck. Octopus. Alligator would just eat you.
Yeah.
An octopus, you'd wrestle it to shore. And you could like take a team.
Yeah.
And evidently the fucking biggest octopus ever wrestled out is like 57 pounds.
Jeez. Yeah,
Which,
that's
could
a
you
big one.
imagine? 8
The
arms?
muscle in that, yeah dude.
'Cause
Trying
that's
to
all
fight
it
that
is.
shit.
Octopuses ain't fat.
No, yeah.
They're nothing but muscle.
I forget if it's octopus or squid or both, but like the only hard thing on their body is their beak.
The beak.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's 87 pounds of
nothing
hard
but,
muscle.
Yeah.
57.
Straight fighting you with fucking suction cups and all.
That's why you were allowed to take teams. Wow. But yeah, you weren't. But evidently it was huge in the United States. Huge. Like the biggest one drew a crowd of 5,000 people.
Whoa.
At the beach.
That's like a weekend festival, bro.
But it was also televised.
Oh,
and
shit.
evidently countless people, like fucking back in the day, 1967, they couldn't count how many people were fucking actually watching.
Yeah.
It's like, what the shit?
That's kind of cool though, man.
Octopus
the
wrestling?
the lost interests of human entertainment.
It's so weird.
It
Like I
is
would not
very
think
weird.
that was, and of course I wouldn't say it was a blood sport because like it came up on blood sport, and I get it. Like you're taking an animal out of their habitat, and they like had to fight for
trying
their
to
lives.
fight it, yeah.
But if octopus, you can put back in the sea, and they're perfectly fine.
If you don't actually maim it, and
But
totally
some people would eat them, which I have no problem with.
right.
I would think that is more hunting than any other type of hunting.
If you're gonna actually use the entirety of the animal, that's
What? Not even that. It's like you can go hunt a deer. You use a bow or a gun.
that's true.
Go
yeah.
do it with your hands.
Hands, yeah.
You can go eat that motherfucker every day.
Yeah, that's true. If you're capable,
You want to go eat bear meat?
right?
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Okay.
Crazy people.
Okay, that should be back on it. Go on the second half.
Crazy people, my brother. Anything else you've been up to? You said you went camping this weekend, brother. Where'd you go?
I did. So I went with my girl to this thing that she, one of her friends has. It's called this little party at the pond, is what they call it. And it was basically just somebody she knows owns this pond on this decent property, and we went out there. I went with her. Her friend had an extra tent and stuff. It was already set up, so we kind of stress-free camping kind of thing. So we went. It was cool. Dropped a little lysergical diethylamine and LSD.
Hell yeah.
Little hit ski.
That's acid,
And
right?
yeah, and
I took some acid over the weekend.
had a good weekend. Yeah, it was definitely a fun thing. But I did they have this big tall thing that you climb up to the top of, and you could jump off of into the pond. And for some reason, this other chick wanted to I don't know if she heard that I wanted to do it or whatever, but she's like, "Are you gonna jump off this thing?"
Right.
And I was like, "I actually was planning on it." So I ended up doing it, but I did I did a backflip off this thing, but I just belly flopped.
Oh shit.
So it was like you could. It's one of those things where you try to look cool, but then you make a fool of yourself.
I hear you.
And my stomach is still a little bit tender today, but I got a little bit of sun. Executed a poor backflip off of basically a high dive. But it was definitely a good weekend. I had a lot of fun and didn't get lost or anything back like that. Yeah, it was fun too, man. How about you? What besides the fights, did you do anything going on this week? It's already Wednesday. Damn.
Yeah, I know. My mom had a wedding reception on Saturday.
Okay.
So I went to that.
Nice.
She got married again.
Get some free food and booze.
Free food, some booze.
Nice.
My mom has one hell of a hot friend.
Oh yeah.
I never knew her.
Ooh.
Never met her.
Know her now.
And it's weird.
Okay.
Because I've always wanted to fuck my friends' moms. Now I want to fuck my mom's friends. It's so weird.
And yeah, that's definitely that's like all you have to do is go on any of the biggest porn sites. There's some definite mom fetishes going on in the world right now.
100%.
Totally some weird taboo things.
It's fucking awkward. I'm kind of steered away from porn because it's gotten fucking
Dude,
weird,
it's
man.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
getting
same
deep.
here, man. It's like at this point, I'm just like I'm gonna not wire my brain into a weird hole
Right.
that I can't get it out of.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
Then on Sunday, I went to Kings Island.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that's when I did a little bit of acid.
Nice. How was
with,
that?
I was with my brother,
Okay.
who's a cop,
Right.
and I had this because I've been out of bud for a fucking minute.
Right.
So I had this little fucking
Good
pen.
to go. Yeah.
My brother's a motherfucking. He knows what the fuck it is.
Yeah. He's
He's egging me on. He's like, do 10 hits real quick. Like, motherfucker, you don't understand what
do
this
it,
will
man.
do
Yeah.
to me. And then I'm also drinking, so I'm fucked up. I haven't been on a roller
Twisted.
coaster in 5,
They're fun, man.
8 years.
They're fun.
First one we ride is the Diamondback.
Oh shit.
And that's the biggest one at Kings Island.
Yep.
Yeah, we sit in the very front.
Oh gosh.
So I'm so fucked up. It's like, bring it on,
What's gonna
motherfucker.
happen? Yeah.
I ain't scared. So I think it was the good call to do acid.
Was it fun? Yeah. Did you enjoy
smoke
it?
a whole bunch of shit
Yeah.
and drink some beer because it was just
A day full of glory.
I wasn't usually when I go because I mean back in the day when I went I was younger.
Right.
It might have been one of them things where since I was young I was nervous about the whole issue. This
Right.
time it was just like fuck it, get me on this ride
Balls
faster.
to the walls,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome.
So I really enjoyed that shit. Can't
That's
beat
good,
it.
man. Yeah.
Can't beat it.
I recently heard on NPR there's been some new recent clinical studies on treating PTSD with
Yeah.
MDMA, which is Molly.
Yeah.
And for any of you interested in Molly or MDMA and this, if you know anybody with PTSD who has psychological resources available to them, such as a therapist, psychiatrist, anything like that, do not be afraid to mention this to any well-trained professionals because it is clinically recognized now.
By MAPS.
Yes.
Yeah, Boston. What is it? The Boston, Massachusetts fucking Association of some nonsense.
Psychological sciences or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, exactly. And it's they're legit.
And the way the NPR explained it to me made me able to reciprocate it to others in a decent way
Awesome.
because basically the way that MDMA is able to help PTSD sufferers is for some reason, like we kind of still don't know how it does it, but for some reason MDMA does something in the brain. We know that it releases serotonin and oxytocin, which is the things that make you happy, and oxytocin has to do with like your feeling of connectedness, which
Yep.
is like people are like when they're rolling, they're like, it feels so good, I feel
Right.
like one or whatever.
I'm so connected. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what it really does for PTSD people is it restricts the brains and like your mental state of fear. So it actually tampers down your fear response.
Okay.
So what you're able to do is you're able to confront those previous traumatic experiences in your mind and revisit them without the anxiety that the actual trauma gives you.
See, I did not get that explanation, which is a fucking amazing explanation. All I was told
Yeah.
hey, it rewires your brain. People
Yeah.
feel amazing. It's like, I need more explanation. How does
that.
it rewire brain?
Exactly,
And that
yeah.
is fucking, what you just said is fucking ingenious. You can relieve the fear from your brain and confront the issue.
Exactly.
That's
and,
awesome.
And I feel like even people who don't have PTSD, there are certain facets of their life that even when they start thinking about them, their heart rate rises, they get anxious and nervous, and it's like, man.
I just heard a podcast about that. Some 55-year-old dude was talking, and I mean, it's a podcast. I love the dude. He was talking about doing he just recently did acid.
Okay.
Liquid.
Okay.
So he dropped it on
Straight liquid, yeah.
Yes, he dropped it on a sugar cube.
Nice.
And took that.
Classic.
Like he goes deep, brother. He goes
I
deep.
bet, yeah.
So he tried it out, and he did like 2 drops at first.
Okay, that's a
and
good trip.
Just on his fucking tongue.
Oh, yeah.
And then he put 3 full drops from a dropper on a fucking sugar cube. And he straight up was like, and he's trying to explain to people, he's like, LSD can help so many people because when I did that much, and he's a pro. This is what he does for his life.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. He's like, when I did that, I was I was figuring out why I wasn't cleaning my room when I was 6 years old. I was confronting those fucking problems.
Yeah.
He's done it so many times that he doesn't have major problems in his life. He can confront, why wasn't I doing this at 6 years old?
Exactly, yeah.
Why wasn't I doing this then?
These things in my life have actually stemmed from these occurrences, and it's really, really amazing. Like,
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and that's why it's kind of like everybody says, oh, do you remember the first time you smoked pot or whatever? And it's like, yeah, you kind of remember the first time, but you really remember getting baked the second, third, and fourth time.
Exactly.
You know, like the first time it's your body's way of being like, oh, something's different, but you have no gauge to measure it against.
Exactly, you have no gauge.
And very much so, that's why these clinical treatments of LSD and psilocybin and MDMA, they require more than one time, because the first time can be eye-opening, but the second time you kind of are able to fasten your belt and be like, okay, let's
this
go
is where
into
I'm
this.
at.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take this avenue.
Open up
which
this
is going
door.
to confront this motherfucking issue.
And I've been extremely blessed in my life to have caring parents and a caring, growing household. I have what I consider to be a traumatic free. The worst trauma I've had in my life was getting expelled from high school for selling pot. You know, like
that's not bad.
Exactly. It's really not. In the grand scheme of things and what people have endured in this world, that is nothing.
Yeah, my mom's ex-boyfriend was pointing guns at people, including me. It's one of like, you got expelled from high school? All right. I got this.
Yeah, exactly.
I completely see where you're coming from, and that's amazing that.
If you kind of, you realize at that, like, sure, when I got expelled, that was the craziest, most unthought of thing that could happen in my life.
What is going on with my life?
Yeah, my life's out of control. Yeah. I'm never going to be anything. Then time passes and you're able to kind of look at that crystal ball of your life and be like, oh, that's how it all unfolded.
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
like a narrative plot of a story. You're like, that's where that happened.
And when you can't connect those dots, it's MDMA, it's psilocybin. It's acid that makes those connections.
Yeah.
It opens the pathway. It's so weird. I think
those.
I think pot does too. It opens your mind to view it from a different point of view.
And people who are so stressed over drama and stuff, if they would just smoke a joint or something,
they would calm down on that.
I love when I'm upset about something and I can just go smoke a bowl and I'm just like, what was I mad about?
That's me.
Yeah.
I'll get pissed off at work. Yeah. Get off work, smoke a little something. I'll call fucking somebody I was pissed off at all day.
Right.
Like, dude, I was a fucking dick.
Dude, I'm so
sorry.
glad you said that. Yeah. And it's crazy that, it's not that we want drugs to be the sole cause of this thing, but the fact that changing your state of mind can allow you to better look back on not only your actions, but, that allows you to be the bigger person and go back to that other. And chances are that other person, when you come to them with that open willingness, they're going to respond pretty well.
Yeah, oh yeah. And they're going to have a respect for you.
Exactly. And that not only does that garner respect, but it garners connection between the two individuals, and you're less likely to have it later in the future. And I've found that if you do have a conflict or a problem with somebody, whether it's at work or your family or something, it is absolutely crucial to mend that first tear.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, as soon as possible. And when you do and if you do, you'll find that not only your relationship, but the tendency for conflict in the future lessens. I really think
it does. It does.
And because you both know that each other are human. You're like, neither one is thinking that the other is superior. Or
but then again, I think if someone's in the wrong and you come to them and like, I'm sorry for how I acted, but I'm upset that this is how you acted.
Yeah.
I think that like makes them realize like, I've been an asshole, and they straighten up their life towards you. I'm not saying it's going to straighten up their life towards everybody.
Exactly.
If they don't give a shit about you, they don't give a shit about nobody else.
Exactly.
But if you can make them give a shit about you,
your
relationship
start
will be better.
Turning. Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to be a better person altogether. I'm just
and
towards you. It can help if you confront an issue and don't do it in a dickhead way.
Yeah, dude, and you worded it perfectly, because there are so many issues that all the time need to be confronted and talked about, but everybody either gets defensive or gets twisted wrong.
I think that's the issue mainly, is people get defensive.
And I'm guilty of it too, because it's hard not to in this kind of society, but the quicker you can just take a breath and be like, all right, what's,
Where as soon as you can see where they're coming from, you have to take yourself out of it.
Yes. Remove yourself completely.
And that's what pot does. Takes your ego away, and you're able to see what the other person is
Why
saying.
was I so upset about this thing? Yeah. And beyond that, MDMA, Molly, psilocybin, all those things, it's like, how have we been researching clinical psychology for upwards of 60 and 70 years and been missing these tools, man?
Yeah, right.
How
it's bad.
How have we been
It's bad, okay?
Right.
Drugs are bad, okay?
And that's what blows my mind is like, Big Pharma is making so much money off of these drugs that are arguably causing more problems than they're actually causing solutions.
Yeah, and
when really we have an entire illegal, illicit market that holds the key to a higher consciousness of human beings. And that is what's scary to big government and to individuals and humans all in society, because it's scary to think about, what if we all could be connected and fucking break this chain of social conditioning that we have in society? Because I can't imagine. Nobody can imagine a society any different than the one we have now. Sure, there's ideologies and things, and you have like socialist, communist, blah 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 blah. But to be a cog in the moving system that you're currently in, it's very hard to even imagine a different one.
Especially if you don't have the money or the resources to make it.
To go somewhere different or do something.
And they
like
have
that.
the money to just ignore you.
To control,
push you away.
And you can't even go get help. You can't even attempt to go get help from a medical professional who may put you on these kinds of drugs, unless you have money to pay for the bill to go see them.
Right?
That's
fucking
nonsense.
But
what you may have money for is some illegal street drugs that you can actually buy and enjoy in the comfort of your own home that could help you exponentially as opposed to a doctor's visit, which is, I don't encourage people to seek that route.
No.
But I only make that point of reference because that's really how it happens for people. Yeah. They end up being like, oh shit.
And you end up staring at your ceiling for 6 hours. And
that's
how the heroin epidemic started. People got a bunch of fucking pills, couldn't afford the pills no more, so they had to go to fucking heroin.
Exactly, yeah, and that has to do so much more with people's response to pain, because people think pain is a feeling, but it's really a what do I want to call it? It's
emotion.
It's.
I mean, you can feel pain, but I think people feel pain a lot more than what they should. They try to play it off.
Man, I had this because I was getting my hair braided. Last time I got my hair braided, it made me realize it. Like, pain isn't a feeling. I can't think of the fucking word. You can put it out of your mind.
You cannot feel. I mean, given there is a certain pain where you're gonna feel it, but you can seriously put pain out of your mind. Shit might hurt, but you can be like, okay, I'm gonna look past this.
It's just like being cold. It's like exactly. you're only cold to a certain extent. Yeah.
Given you, like I said, there's exceptions. If you break a bone, you're probably going to be in pain.
Yeah.
If you're in Antarctica with no clothes on, you're cold. I give you that. You're cold.
Yeah. No one's going to fight you about that.
But if it's fucking 45 degrees out and you have a fucking hoodie on, you're like, I'm cold. Fucking grow up, you puss.
Yeah, come on, grow some balls.
Bro, I'm going to
mindfulness.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Something that did happen.
Okay.
I got too much sebum on my face.
Too much what?
Sebum. Sebum. Yeah.
Got a bunch of sebum on your face.
Yeah, I got way too much on it. Sebum is the fluid that lubricates your hair follicles.
Oh, okay.
And that's what creates whiteheads.
Oh.
Because sebum will fill up the hair follicle. It goes up and down the shaft.
Yeah.
And what happens is the dead skin cells stick to it.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, there's pus in it because you got dead skin cells.
Right.
And because you have a blockage of the sebum, because sebum's supposed to come out. That's like grease.
Of the follicle,
yeah. Out of the follicle and whatnot. Since it gets blocked, it creates like a breeding ground for a certain type of bacteria.
Oh.
And that is what creates a pimple.
Damn. See, this is some shit that my girl would know because she's going to school for esthetician, which is like skin stuff.
Huh?
Right? And like estheticians are people who know stuff about skin like this. Like,
oh, well, I just realized I had a pimple, and I was like, hey.
What's going on with this fucking shit?
I was like, where does a pimple even come from?
Yeah.
Because I was always told grease and whatnot. I was like, yeah, there's grease that gets into it, but it actually comes from the sebum.
And yeah, the primarily your body automatically, like, especially your face and stuff, produces oil. Like your hair produces oil to protect it, and it's all in the name of regenerative skin cells and stuff. Yeah,
that's not oil. That's
like
sebum.
When you wipe your nose and fucking you can feel the oil on it.
Yeah,
that's sebum, bro.
That's sebum, bro.
Sebum all over your face, people.
Yeah, you got sebum all over your face, people. You got to straighten up.
Yeah,
clean it. All right.
But what about ingrown hairs?
By the way, I don't know anything about that. Have you seen the new craze of like women walking around? Like they call it like the walk of shame. And they'll just have a fucking load up on their face.
Oh, gosh, no.
And they'll just walk, like, who's going to say anything? It's like,
probably no one.
And then they film it. They film themselves doing it.
Wow.
It's like.
That's bold.
Bitch, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's like a new fucking craze, man.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm not okay with it.
No, it makes me scared to have a daughter.
Well, it's one of them. Yes, 100%.
For real.
100%.
That's my biggest fear in life.
And it's one of them things. It's like, yeah, I see you doing that. Probably going to hit you up. So I'm probably going to try to fuck you. Am I going to marry you?
Am I going to try to wife you?
No.
Yeah.
You walked around and you have it on video with semen on your face. Not semen. Semen. All right? I don't need that in my life.
True, very true.
I don't need that in my wife. All right?
Either or.
All right, brother. I'm pretty much done. I got one more thing to ask
think
you.
so. Yeah, I'm all wrapped up. Yeah.
And I want to know how you're gonna feel about the situation. Not feel about the situation. I want to know how you would react to the situation.
Okay.
And he'll probably listen to this. My brother's having a big party this weekend, right?
Okay.
And for his birthday and whatnot.
Nice.
And there's like a garage sale, and so I got to be there to just handle bullshit and whatnot.
Right.
Me and my brother really don't get along.
Okay.
And I think it's just we're different people.
Exactly. That's the same with me and my sister. Yeah.
We're just different people.
Right.
And
cut from the same cloth, but completely different fabric.
And it seems like every time we get drunk together, it doesn't even have to be drunk. It's just one
amplifies
of the things, like, we can't be around each other too long. It just either he
small
does something wrong,
only,
I do something wrong.
I know exactly what you mean.
And to me, it's more my brother does things wrong, and I've expressed it to him before.
Right.
Like he's offensive to my time. He thinks his time is worth more than mine.
That's something that a lot of people do. You're not alone in that.
I went to help him move, and he told me to be there at 9. Yet he told everybody else to be there. He told me to be there at 8. He told everybody else to be there at 10.
Oh wow!
And so I sat in his alley for 2 hours. He wasn't even up yet until balls. 10. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
I have my
fucked
whole
up.
day.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you a box truck free of charge.
Right.
What?
Why are you going to make me do that
Can
shit?
you at least respect my time a little bit?
Yeah.
But he does this shit all the time. Like, we went to Kings Island over the weekend.
Right.
Well, he doesn't tell me we're going to go to a sit-down restaurant after.
Oh.
Well, a sit-down restaurant after is a fucking hour and a half.
Completely added.
And they don't understand when when we get back to London, we're done.
Yeah.
We're home.
Right.
It's like, no, motherfucker, I have an hour drive home.
Yeah.
I have to work tomorrow.
Exactly. And that's I think that's a big problem is people are not under the impression or assume that their time is worth the exact amount that your time is worth the exact amount theirs is worth.
It is.
And
I mean, there's okay. If you're Bill Gates and you're paying me, maybe your time's more worth more.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Yeah, and your money can be worth more than my time.
But you should also respect me enough to call me and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be 30 minutes late."
Right? Yeah. Don't make me go out of my way to, especially if I'm helping you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
one
hard.
thing. So, what would you do over this weekend? Because it's supposed to be a big party. He told me to bring a tent.
Right.
And that isn't. To begin with, that's not my place.
Right.
That I don't like people.
Right.
And especially the people I went to school with, probably the people that are going to come.
Okay.
There. I fit in with everybody. I didn't fit in with everybody for 8 hours direct contact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could be cool with anybody, but there gets to a time where motherfucker,
I
you're
want to drop the
annoying.
mask. Yeah, exactly. I don't actually want to pretend to be nice to you anymore.
Yeah, I'm tired of it.
I don't know. Maybe just depending on what if he wanted you to bring whatever, just be like, just tell him what you told me. Hey, dude, I waited 2 extra hours helping you move and stuff. I'm not trying to do this.
I have told him that.
Yeah,
and it's still just You're my little brother.
Yeah.
I don't need to respect you.
Right.
I'm a cop. I have a better job than you.
Right.
And like I'm not saying that's how he thinks. I'm thinking that's how it comes to fuck off.
Well, yeah, and that's the hard separation. And what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
The perceived feeling of things isn't always what they are, but it's important for both parties to understand that
how the other's feeling. Yeah, I haven't technically told him that. I've told him like, hey, you waste my fucking time. Dude.
Yeah, and on some level, maybe one person wonders, are they just fucking with me, or are they serious, right. Or is it a bullshit, aha brother thing, or is it like really, or is he really pissed at me? So yeah. I feel like it's the same way at work too. Like you never know. There's always a work culture of messing around with each other. Yeah. But at some point, you gotta be like, dude, I'm fucking serious. Yeah, quit the fucking shit.
Stop your shit.
Yeah.
And I've done that. That was the last big party we had.
Yeah.
And he had. I did that. I was like, dude, I'm done. Yeah. Stop. And I won't explain what it was over.
Right.
But to me, it was over disrespect towards me.
Right.
And I said, hey, stop doing this.
Yeah, that's
okay. It's done.
Right.
Done. 30 seconds later, the motherfucker does it again.
That's
so, okay, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You are 100% just disrespecting me. Damn. That is all you're doing.
And
so one of the things like, okay, if you're going to disrespect me, I don't want to be around.
And that really rubs it the wrong way when it's on purpose and deliberate at time after time.
And that's what it was. It was fucking deliberate.
Yeah.
Because I said, hey, stop doing this. Fucking 30 seconds later, not even.
Do this. That's when it gets childish, bro. You're like, aren't we adults, man? And then, aren't we grown?
And then I'm just at the point where it's like, all right, I'm out.
Fuck off.
I'm out. Like I don't need this in my life. And then everybody's bitching at me. Why are you leaving? What's wrong with you?
Right,
Why are you leaving?
Yeah, it's like, don't ask me these fucking stupid questions. Yeah.
Like, why are you even worried?
Yeah. Why does it matter to you?
I'm a fucking grown-ass adult. If I want to go do something, I'll fucking go do it.
Exactly,
Leave me alone.
So when you pull out the machete, bro.
Well, it was so weird because, like, it's seriously, like, got out and I fucking left. I went out and got my car.
I don't blame you one bit, yeah.
A motherfucker came out and got in my car with me.
Really?
Yeah. And like, what are you doing? Evidently, I'm going up to the gas station so I can bring your ass back here.
Right.
I need to go buy shit at the gas station anyways because they're closing soon. I guess I'm bringing your ass back here.
Yeah.
Because you got my fucking car.
and to a certain extent.
It wasn't my brother who got my car. It was somebody else who was like, bro, why are you leaving? Yeah. Why are you leaving? It's like, but you were there.
Yeah. Do you already know? Don't ask a stupid question. Get a stupid answer. Man. I think that's a really good question. I'm glad that you asked because I feel like people watching might have similar questions, just similar like situations. Yeah. Like I'm currently involved in a situation with my sister right now, where my mother and myself feel like we have to walk on eggshells around my sister, just to like not be the bad guy.
Right.
And really, all we're both trying to do is figure out a deliberate way to communicate with not only my sister but my nephew because they moved to Pennsylvania.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like.
Because you and your nephew were close. That
sucks,
man.
So
nephews are the shit though.
My sister makes it seem like we're like trying to do this heinous thing when really like we've tried so many apps to just like get a video chat and like text line of communication open.
That's fun. If you can't get that to me, that's on the other end.
Yeah, and
they don't want to open up communication or something.
Exactly,
like
dude. I'm so glad you said that.
And I'm not trying to say that about your family.
No, but you're right.
From what I'm hearing. That's what it seems.
And it hurts, man. It hurts.
It's bullshit, dude.
It really does. When you get that feeling from somebody, when you're trying to get through to them, like, this is what I am trying to tell you, and they still just come from their angle.
Yeah, and I will say it is
exhausting,
hard.
Man.
It's hard to see from their angle sometimes, dude.
It is. It's exhausting.
Where the fuck are you even coming from? Yeah, I'm giving you everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you can't zoom out of this and see the way you're acting, what the fuck am I left to do?
Exactly. Right? Jesus. Drug them.
Well, goddamn, man, this has been an awesome episode. I don't think I have anything else to...
We went deep, but I think we got a lot accomplished.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
I think we helped some people out, and if we did, please let us know. If you got any questions and you want our fucking knowledge.
Just if you want our input or just want our random thoughts on things like we give on everything,
throw it out there.
Yeah.
I'm willing to fucking talk about
Shout out to Czech Republic. Shout out to...
What language do they speak there? Evidently American because they're listening, motherfucker.
Okay, yeah. Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Austria? Okay, Austria and Ethiopia. Yeah, if you guys are, you guys were downloaded within the last week or so. So shouts out to you guys.
Is Austria kind of like Australia?
It makes you think.
Did you say it wrong?
No, it's definitely Austria. I think Austria's right outside of. I don't want to say it wrong.
The funniest thing was, speaking of mispronunciations, I was watching like funny news bloopers, and there was some black guy who was like, "Oh," then there was a report about magazines being stolen from the library.
Okay.
And he's like, "Well, evidently, there's been a massive amount of magazines stolen from St. Louisburg's library. And it seems like the most stolen one has to be Crotchet magazine." And then the co-host, which happens to be a white guy, I'm not saying anything about the black guy.
Right.
He just didn't know the culture. The white guy's like, "Did you mean crochet?" And the black guy's like, "No, that says crotchet, my dude."
You know, some grannies out there just nabbing all of them things, bro. Selling them crotchet magazines on the low.
When he said crotchet, I was wondering myself, what the fuck is crotchet? What kind of library is this?
Exactly. Is this like a dirty Playboy, like underground thing?
Library?
That's awesome.
So where's
dude.
Austria at?
Just just east of France.
Hey,
that's the only reference I have. A couple countries outside there.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are cool, man. Keep on listening. Thank you very much. And those of you here stateside, keep on downloading and listening. We are coming up on 700 downloads after just 30 episodes.
Not even 30.
Exactly.
This is number 30.
This is number 30. So thank you guys so much for this short-lived success that I consider it to be. We're going to keep doing it because it's fucking fun,
awesome.
man. It's so much fun, dude.
And this was a hell of an episode.
It was right back where we wanted to be, man.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
All right, guys. This has been the Joker and the Smoker. I'm Isaac.
I'm Brandon.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yes. I got what you need, and it's a badass motherfucking podcast. Come listen, please.